Greetings, traveler, and welcome to the corner of the tavern. I'm Patrick.
I'm Mikey.
And I'm Keith.
And today, we will be finishing off the Pirates Trilogy, talking about Pirates of the Caribbean 3 at World's End, as well as primarily focusing on Mikey's thoughts on it, seeing as he's never seen it before. Now, Mikey, what did you think about it?
I thought it was a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it. It was pleasantly entertaining. There was some nitpicky stuff I have about the movie, but overall I thought it was a good viewing experience.
Well, there you have it. So until next week.
Yeah, crazy how they made one trilogy that was a decent banger and then made nothing else.
Yeah, right.
What about all those other movies?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Also, all of them? There's only two more. They made two more and they called it quits. They were like, fuck
They
this.
said so. I think they were talking about like making another.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I think they were saying something about bringing Johnny Depp back for it. I can't remember because he was initially out. Like that was the whole point. Was that like?
Hey, maybe there were enough zeros on that check.
I would say that whole thing happened between him and Amber Heard, and they were in court. And
Well, he won, so he's fine.
well, that's just it. That's why they're talking about maybe letting him go back because before.
Yeah, because it was her shit that got him out.
Yeah.
So, but it's just yeah, no, I mean, if I was in his position, I wouldn't mind playing Captain Jack Sparrow forever for millions of dollars. That'd be fun as fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, there
Like
would
I
be
don't
a
care if
point,
the movie's suck. I'm having fun.
there would be a point I'd call it quits, but I'd still play it for a while.
Like, because a lot of people are, because there are people who definitely, like, feel that way. They're like, why would you tarnish your legacy? And it's like, dude, I get to dress as a pirate and act funny for millions of dollars.
Yeah.
You know what's kind of crazy is, this just kind of hit me. The Pirates of the Caribbean movie did this, like just in general, the franchise did the same thing that the Fast and Furious franchise did,
Really?
but they just weren't as good because it was like if you think back to like Curse of the Black Pearl, like yeah, it was a little goofy sometimes because it was a kids Disney movie,
Yeah.
but it was still mostly grounded. It's like the most grounded out of any of them. With like just the premise of we had some cursed Aztec gold, we're trying to uncurse ourselves.
Well, also, I think
And
the
then,
slapstick got a little out of hand, but that's another thing.
But well, I mean, just compared to like the later movies in the trilogy, or just like even in the franchise, because like in the first one, it's like not that bad, but then like it starts picking up to even by the end, like by At World's End, like you have like real goofy shit going on constantly. Like, especially like Davy Jones is like sitting here doing like a roar where his tentacles are like flaring out, or like just like some kind of goofy shit's like constantly going on. It's like the stakes are getting higher and wackier, and it just keeps doing that for the movies afterwards too.
Yeah, I was gonna say by example. I mean, just that final battle. Spoilers, obviously, but like, yeah, like we'll get into it probably more.
It's nearly a 20-year-old movie.
More chronologically, but that finale, like, you know, I was talking to Mikey on the way home after we watched it, and I said like, that feels very final.
Yeah,
like
that felt very final. Although I wish the other pirates did something. Like all the other pirates from the island or whatever the fuck.
They're all just sitting.
They're all just sitting there, and then they're all harangued like they did something after the battle. It's like you didn't do anything.
Yeah, the best.
To be fair, neither did the Navy.
Yeah, it was Keelan.
Yeah.
We might finally, now that Mikey has seen the movie, we can discuss the inconsistency that you were so hell-bent on having with me in the previous episode where we talked about this shit.
Hold on, which one was that?
About the 9 pieces of 8 and how I view it as a major retcon and doesn't really make any sense. But you were like, well, they just didn't mention it before. It's a major retcon. There's so many things wrong with it. First of all, every pirate captain, okay, at that meeting at the Pirates Cove or whatever, they're supposed to be like, oh, I'm like the pirate
King of China.
Yeah, I'm the pirate king of my territory.
Yeah.
Right? Why are Captain Jack Sparrow and Barbossa, two of the 9 pirate lords, serving on the same ship in the same area, one under the other?
Maybe they just didn't have a mutiny yet.
That's like one of my big problems with it.
I mean, yeah.
It's like, how is Barbossa the first mate of Captain Jack Sparrow?
No, that
one of the 9 pirate lords.
See, well, I didn't know that's routine.
Because I think he had a successful mutiny.
But he had the piece before that.
Yeah.
When was it established he had the piece before that?
It was the Eye.
That movie.
Really?
Yeah. No, that is true.
I missed that.
See, the thing is, it's like it would make more sense if they weren't sure who the other lords were.
Yeah, there was like some anonymity to it.
Yeah, and that was just like, and they were only known by the piece they carried, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that would make much more sense, but the fact that they're just like, oh, they're the pirate lords.
Yeah, everybody knows
and
them.
then they all just show up.
So, like, I mean, other than the fact that, like, again, this is just kind of retcon. This is a thing now into the movie that, like, the pirate lords are here. Again, Fast and Furious very much like that. Like, the stakes just keep going up per movie. But, like, maybe at this point, like, it would have been established that they two were pirate lords, I guess, and then it's just like, oh, well, we need to call a meeting. So the people who would have been those would have come to the meeting. And then they all introduce themselves and all that at the place, I guess.
So in a really shitty plot twist, it's like all characters we've seen before, like
honestly, that would have been better.
The governor.
It would have been better.
The governor is one of the pirate lords, and so is the fat one of the stupid duo, and like
I
like
I would have hated that.
That would have been fun.
Turns out every character we knew was one of the 9 pirate lords.
And they just all happen to be on the Black Pearl and jerk each other off.
Yeah, Governor Swan comes back from the dead and he's just there as well.
Yeah, that my crew also got me out of Davy Jones' locker. I had a parallel adventure to yours. You just didn't see it.
It's more like the locker's open all the time.
Yeah, calling it a locker is a misconception. It's more like a shoebox.
It's more like a breach.
Oh man, but
so like I mean again like they don't really specify one way or the other whether the pirate lords know each other. They kind of leave it very open, but it does lean much more in the sense that
they just all know each other based on their territories.
That's just it. Yeah, it's like they're doing their thing, right? It's the biggest, baddest pirate there.
China, France,
there's seven seas and 9 pirate lords. Of course, there's going to be crossover. It's like there's one other crew of like
that's
2
where
in
they
the same
came in handy.
situation.
They just worked really well together. These guys did now.
But I guess, Mikey, real quick, what did you think of the overall plot of the movie?
I liked how it started, but it got a little convoluted towards the end. I'd say middle to end.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I thought it was harder to keep up.
I agree. So the second movie benefited from, like, everybody had, like, different goals, but they all led to Davy Jones's heart. Mm-hmm. This didn't have that.
Yeah, everybody had different goals, and they were all over the fucking place.
Yeah. Like, Williams had a different goal, Jack had a different goal.
So... something that made it a little bit confusing and hard to follow, but realistic, I feel, is so every character had like a goal that like went against someone else. Mm-hmm. And whenever somebody advanced, somebody else had to change their plan on the fly. And it's like, that makes sense. And so it's like everybody's adapting their own plan. But what that means is like, so there's like 9 main characters, and they're all they all have different goals, and they're all like just adapting to what the other person is doing. And so it's just, by the end, it really is confusing. Like, specifically that scene on the sand barge. Yeah, like, I remember when I was a kid, I didn't understand what the fuck was happening there at all.
You can't tune out, like, towards the end of the movie for, like, a second.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be locked in.
Yeah, they won. Well, that's why, even at the time, like, when it was just the trilogy, this was seen as the bad one. The next 2 movies that come after this make these look really good.
Yeah, I don't know.
It does to these movies what like the Star Wars sequels did to the prequels.
Yeah, Patrick, you and I have talked about this. I was like, I don't understand why that was a bad movie.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Overall, I still thought it was a very entertaining movie.
I think it was really good. It was just, I think, because it's a kids movie, and there's so many like plot switches going on that like it didn't hit with like that audience as much, because it's like
you think because Pirates has an unintentional adult audience, they are screaming at the loudest that it's a bad movie.
I mean, it was so I remember I was telling Mikey about this in the car ride home after we watched it. I thought it was a good movie as a kid, and I didn't realize that pop culture viewed it as a bad movie until I was watching an episode of The Simpsons with my mom when I was like 10 years old, and there was like a scene where Bart Simpson, he's like driving this like lawnmower or something, and he runs into a bunch of stuff, and then at one point he runs into like a big pile of shit, like a big pile of manure, and then out the other end comes copies of Pirates of the Caribbean 3. And I just even didn't fundamentally get the joke. I had to ask my mom. I said, well, what was the joke there? I don't get it. He ran into shit and Pirates of the Caribbean 3 came out. And she's like, the joke is it was a bad movie. And I'm like, was it? Like,
kids don't know how to consume media.
Yeah. And so like that, and I've always just, but like, yeah, I found out that the general consensus is that before 4 and 5 came out, is that Pirates of the Caribbean 3 was a bad movie. And I don't understand that, and I felt the same way as you, Mikey. Like, listen, is it subpar compared to the other ones? Absolutely. Is it bad? Yeah, no, I wouldn't say it's bad in any regard.
I still enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
Like, there's things I would like to have changed about the movie, but I don't think it was entirely bad.
So, Mikey, how did you feel about the Calypso thing?
Remind me what the Calypso thing was.
Because, like, in the second movie when she's introduced...
Tia Dalma.
Oh, that she's the sea goddess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I didn't think anything.
She had that innate mysticism about her, and so like for her to have some connection to something more divine, I thought was okay.
Yeah, no, I did like it too, because like it's like I like when, especially around like that like time period and stuff in like fantasy where it's like they work like the voodoo magics and stuff into being like a working magic system going on essentially. It's a very nice like mystic feel in like that culture, and I thought I really liked her character too. Like she was really funny and just entertaining. Like the actress did a really good job whenever she was on screen.
Yeah, I thought she did a good job.
The only thing though is when she turns into like Calypso and they like release her bonds and stuff. I've always thought that scene looked like shit.
I kind of understand where you're coming from because she just gets giant.
Yeah,
and that's really it.
Like the ropes look terrible. They look like PS2 ropes.
I kind of get that. I feel like she should have had a grander transformation. Like she should have turned into something that befitting of a sea goddess. Mm-hmm. But she just grew big.
She turned into crabs after.
Yeah. Well, it was just
that part was cool, but I still feel like it's.
Yeah, I get what you're saying though.
Like I don't know, something like she got to grow scales or something different.
Yeah, I don't know. That scene always felt a little like off to me whenever I watched it growing up, because it was just like I don't know. It just goes. It's like she like starts growing and stuff. And it's like all right, that's fine, but it just doesn't look that good. And then like she's like moving in slow motion and like talking in like this deep voice.
Listen, we have to get Davy Jones right. Davy Jones.
Yeah, like anything else comes secondary.
The CGI budget is Davy Jones.
That's fair. Him and the crew of the Flying Dutchman look really good.
Yeah, they all look awesome.
Yeah, can we talk about the introduction and death of my new favorite character, Eel Man?
Yeah, the guy who has a moray eel.
Yeah.
For a face.
Like latches out on people.
Yeah, and then he tried to do it to Barbosa, and Barbosa just cut his head off.
Cut his fucking head off.
I laughed because like I literally said like something like in the scene where he dies, I said like he's my new favorite character, and then Barbosa immediately cut his head off, and I was like, oh.
The first time you watched it, or when we did?
It was when we watched it. I said he's my new favorite character, and he just immediately cut his head off, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I like the one guy's face who was like a puffer fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, he was cool.
What did you think of Commodore Norrington's redemption and death?
I thought it was good.
Mixed feelings about the character.
I feel like he was also overshadowed by the other Navy guy who had the slow walk while the ship was being destroyed. I feel like that scene takes over all of his storyline in terms of
Beckett.
flair.
Yeah,
Beckett.
Yeah, Beckett was cool. He was a good villain.
I did like him as a villain.
Yeah,
he was really conniving.
Yeah, he was a very good conniving villain.
I remember you had issues with his death in the way that the scene was set up.
Did I?
You did, because you told me that like you thought it was like very tactically shitty that the Flying Dutchman, when it came back, that it didn't like fire its front cannons on him. And I had to explain to you, well, it was meant to be like a cool scene where like the Black Pearl and the Flying Dutchman like shred him to death. Like it wasn't meant to be tactical. It was meant to be sick as fuck.
That scene does go hard, though.
It's just like after seeing the Flying Dutchman, it has like front-facing cannons, and like no other ship fucking has that.
Yeah, it's
like
got rotating cannons too.
Yeah, it has rotating. I was like, I wanted to see that again.
Mm-hmm. What did you think about Will Turner's ultimate fate in this movie?
The same thing I said to you is that he should, like, all of the crew should have stayed the same. They should not have turned back into humans. They should have all remained sea creatures, and then Will should have turned into a sea creature himself.
I get what you're saying. That would have been visually cooler, but like the point of what that meant in the story was that like the Flying Dutchman is now once again pure because Davy Jones isn't the captain of it. It's got like a new cool guy.
Yeah, because that was kind of like the point of the Flying Dutchman. Like whoever captains it is meant to be like the ferryman of like people lost at sea.
Right.
So if you do your job as the ferryman, that's just what you do. That's what you look like. And because
Davy Jones didn't do that, he was like cursed.
because he was pissed off at Calypso.
Yeah.
Because he did that for 10 years and he was fine. And then when he went to go on land to go meet up with her, she didn't show up. So he was like, you know what, fuck this, I'm cursed anyway, I'm just gonna do my own thing. Yeah. So he still kind of ferried souls, but he didn't do it like effectively. And like
and his reward is that he looks badass.
Yeah. That's his reward.
You call this a curse?
Yeah, you call this a curse. Everyone looks badass, like badass sea creatures.
I will say real quick also, the timeline to me is a little, I don't know. I like the idea that like Davy Jones has been around for like however long and all this shit, but it sounds to me anyway, Davy Jones becomes captain of the Flying Dutchman. He serves for 10 years. Calypso isn't there.
Yeah.
And then he immediately goes to the Brother in Court, which apparently the one that Jack Sparrow and Barbossa are part of is the fourth. Which means that Davy Jones and all this shit has only been around for 4 generations. Like, that seems a little...
Well, I mean, you gotta think, like,
considering the pirate's life.
I mean, yeah, but, like, this does not take place in reality. This could take place in a world where, like, just this is how it is and always has it, as it has been. Like, this is very much a fantasy world. Like...
Yeah, but it's still trying to link on to, like, this is, like, our world, or that's where the story started off at least in the Black Pearl. But, so, like, if you think about, like, the golden age of piracy, it didn't last that long. So, like, 4 generations is, like, ancient to them.
I get that, but it's just...
But, yeah,
it just feels like this has not been going on for a very long time. Davy Jones is immortal. Well, he's only been around for, like, 120-ish years, so we can't really say that for certain now, can we?
I feel like it's longer than that. I feel like 4 generations longer than that.
Yeah, you're probably right, but you get what I'm saying. It's not like he's been around for like 500 years, so we could say like, you know, like
without a doubt.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know.
I mean, still though, if you saw a fishman that your great granddad was telling stories about, I feel it'd be like, yeah, that guy's immortal. I probably wouldn't question it.
I get you. To me, I never noticed that detail before this viewing, and I was like, oh, that kind of makes it a little less, I don't know, things a little less set in stone now, doesn't it?
Yeah, I do like that the song that they're singing at the beginning is just about Davy Jones and Brother in Court, like, capturing Calypso.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice shanty in its own. It's always been kind of iconic for that. Like, is it like an opening scene where they're like hanging people and then they cold cut on just hanging a child?
I was gonna say, the movie opens with killing a child.
It's fucking crazy.
The kids' movie by Disney opens with hanging a child.
That's you.
That's you. It's you. Yeah, no.
So it was kind of like a wild opening for them to do like that. Like they wouldn't be pulling that shit now.
No.
Well, and that whole scene
is too soft.
Too
soft. Corporate executive fucks.
Dude, did you hear that?
I'm sick of the CalArts art style, dude. It looks like shit.
Did you hear that they blame audiences for like Elio failing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course. Of course, it's never their own failings. Those narcissistic pricks.
Yeah.
You guys said you wanted something original. Yeah, something good though.
Yeah, something good.
Something good.
It can't look like shit. But
well, look at me. I'm Disney. I'm a big corporation. I can only focus on one quality when producing a product.
Wait, guys, we need sponsors. No.
We'd never be sponsored by Disney.
Oh, but no. Fuck them.
Fuck.
I wouldn't want to be.
I wouldn't want to.
No.
But regardless, with I totally lost my train of thought. Fuck. But no, with like
too busy hating.
I was gonna say with that
open on that haterade.
that opening scene as a whole went hard as fuck because like the kid dies and then like all the pirates getting like riled up singing the fucking shanty and they start like just fucking like oh, thieves and beggars like stomp their feet and like the military even starts getting scared and like pulls their guns out.
They're like fucking fix bayonets.
Yeah, like but so yeah, it was a. The whole movie I felt like really did go hard as fuck, but unfortunately just was the most confusing.
It definitely. Oh, that is true. That movie.
I get it now because I've watched it a few times. You know, like that. Like I've watched it growing up, so like I get the story. I know what's going on. I can follow it. It's fine. But yeah, as a kid, and I can see on like a first viewing, like that shit's just super convoluted.
Yeah. What did you guys think about the scene where Sora, Donald, and Goofy were there when Will Turner died? It was a little weird, wasn't it?
It was kind of out of place, but
yeah, I didn't expect them to do a Kingdom Hearts crossover this early in the trilogy.
We need you to join the Arts Initiative.
No, but I love that scene the way it goes in fucking Kingdom Hearts 3 with it, because like it plays out exactly the same except Sora's there and he gives he's like, I may not know what love is, but I know that Will and Elizabeth love each other, and then Davy Jones goes, he stabs in the fucking chest and Sora's like, no! It's like, it's so crazy just because it doesn't deviate from the movie at all. And you think, again, it would with how dark the subject matter is and how light Kingdom Hearts is.
Well, no, he's got to be the captain of the Flying Dutchman.
Yeah.
He's already got all those toys.
Get the pirate outfit. Get the pirate outfit and the Keyblade.
He's got to put on the do-rag.
I do, real quick, I do also love...
Part of the do, part of the rag.
Part of the do, part of the rag. I do love, real quick, just to finish off the Kingdom Hearts 3 note, I do love that, like, Organization 13, they always go on about hearts and shit, and, like, when they're talking about, like, Davy Jones's heart in the chest, they're all like, ooh, this could be good for us, this could be good for us. And then when the chest is finally actually opened, like one of the Organization 13 members is like, I didn't know it was like an actual, like, the organ.
Like, we don't need this.
Yeah, this is literally worthless to me. And then he just leaves. I thought that was funny.
What a waste of time this was.
Yeah, literally, actually, he's like, wow, I literally have just been wasting my time here, huh?
That's really funny.
Yeah. But so yeah, I know you say what you feel about his like visuals, but what did you feel about like his ultimate fate? Like Will Turner winds up being, condemned to be the new
I'm fine
captain.
with it, but it's the visual stuff. Like I'm a very visual person. I consider myself to be, and I want him to look a certain way when he's doing that shit.
He's a fish man.
I want Will Turner to be a fish man.
I always felt I always felt bad for Will, like where he ended up.
Yeah, a little bit.
He can't really be with
Elizabeth.
And like in Elizabeth too. Like he only gets to see her baby daddy every 10 years.
Yeah,
so does the kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they only get to see each other because that's it, right? Like their story in particular is very much a love story. Everything that they've done for the last 3 movies is about being able to be together, and both of their ultimate fates is like that can happen, and it can never happen, and it can never be.
Yeah, it's tragic.
Unless she's willing to serve on the Flying Dutchman, which like maybe she just does that. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe she's into that. Maybe like when she's like getting close to the end of her life.
Babe, you couldn't have done this when you were like young and hot.
Yeah.
Now I'm like young and hot, and you're like old as fuck forever. Awesome, thanks, babe.
Yeah, thanks, babe.
Cool. Really glad we did this.
Bird's out of the nest now. I've been back 2 times. He's been on his way, babe. What else we got going on?
Yeah. Bro, she has like a new kid every time. It's always just like they're 10 years apart. That probably is what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
Unless she dies.
She dies. I mean, yeah. Dude, that'd be tragic, dude. He comes back after one of the 10-year stints.
And it's not like, there.
He has one of
You weren't there.
Yeah, one of his kids, and he was like, I was Yeah, it's his kids treat him as like an absentee father. But so yeah, I mean, like, it's like a bittersweet ending in a way. Not really for Elizabeth, but for Will, because he gets to spend eternity for his dad, which I do love that scene, because it's a callback to what happens in the second movie when Bootstrap Bill, you are a liar, you will spend eternity on this ship. And then when Will's like, Dad, you are free now, he's like, well, I do have a debt to repay. An eternity of service. And it's like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I'm gonna hang out.
Father and son
finally, be together after so long.
Elizabeth's ending is just bitter. She's the queen of the pirates, something she's not, like, I mean, I guess, okay, Elizabeth has always been obsessed with pirates. From the first scene, she's singing a pirate shanty when she's like 10 years old, and like...
Well, she very much is a pirate.
At heart.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, even by, like, the second movie, she's a pirate. So, like, it's like, now she's pirate queen and all that, I guess. Because, like, she was never set for, like, that kind of royal... like governor's life.
That's true.
Anyway. She always wanted to get out there, so like this is now she has that ultimate freedom of being the king of the pirates. She's got Luffy's goal.
Yeah.
She has the One Piece.
Yeah. So it's like, I guess it's like all of the characters get like, I would say, like, or Will and Elizabeth get their secondary needs fulfilled. Because I would very much say that their primary needs were to be with each other. It was like their primary goals were to get married and love each other forever. Like,
tell us in the comments if you disagree.
I mean, I think that if you were to ask either of them as characters, like, which would you rather be, an immortal pirate or a pirate king, or get to be with each other until you die, I think that they would both choose the latter. You know, I think, again, and so it's just again, it's a real bittersweet ending, but I do kind of like that it ends on that note. You know, it really shows that, like, this journey had consequences.
Yeah, I like when journeys like require sacrifice.
Yeah. Meanwhile, she's banging Jack on the side whenever Will's out at sea for 10 years.
He wishes.
With them syphilis spots on his chin.
Yeah. I like how they get worse every movie.
Yeah, no, it does.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I did not notice that as a kid, but every movie they grow.
Yeah, because I was always like, what the fuck is that? You know, spot? Like I've always been like that. Like what is that? I didn't know. So like this time we were sitting down and watching, I looked it up, and it was just like it was a joke between him and like the makeup artist that he's got syphilis.
Yeah. Speaking of Mikey, real quick, what did you think of Jack's ultimate fate?
It was fine.
What's fun is, I'm sorry, I was just gonna cut it out. I think what's funny is that he ends up exactly where he was in the beginning. Like, he doesn't have the pearl. He's just out in a dinghy.
He loses the pearl.
But I like that he's okay with it.
No, I do too. Like it just shows
he's fine with the chase.
Yeah, like the chase, he's very go with the flow kind of thing. He doesn't have that structure, and that is his own freedom. But I do like that it ends on the note that he's like almost exactly where he was at the start of the trilogy.
I especially like it just because it shows...
this is just
never changes.
Yeah, like this is just another day in the life of Jack Sparrow.
I like it especially because it really shows his character growth, because he spent the last 10 years obsessing over the Black Pearl. Every time he looked at his compass, that's what it pointed to.
Yeah.
But now he's looking forward. The Black Pearl's gone again, but he has no need to get it back.
Just wait for that.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I know where 4 goes and how it basically like does.
Is 4 the Fountain Youth?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Which they do hint at the end of this one.
They do.
Which I wish they left it as a hint. They shouldn't have made the movie. Just leave it at the hint.
I was telling Mikey, it's like a fucking Sly Cooper 4. Like,
wow.
At the end of Sly Cooper 3, like everything's tied up and all this shit. But Bentley has like a throwaway line where he's like, I'm making a time machine to see where we all wind up. And it's just like a throwaway line. And then Sly Cooper 4 is Sly Cooper 4, Thieves in Time. And it's all about the time machine and what they fucking do with
travel.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is literally what happens in this movie. Because it's just like,
did you play through Thieves in Time? Or did you
I played 4. It was awful. It was really bad. Like, it felt bad to play. Not only was the story bad, the gameplay was bad. Yeah, because like, okay, I can describe this using my hand. Because like, so for instance, in Sly Cooper, I know we're really veering off for a second, but just it's a quick thing. Like in Sly Cooper's 1 through 3, like it was really fluid. It was really fluid
also,
feeling.
There was a good evolution of gameplay.
Yeah, but it was really fluid feeling to play as Sly because, like, literally, like, Sly would, like, jump from a building onto the ground, and then he could, like, turn on a dime and run, like, the other way. Like, so it really, like, whichever way you pointed the analog stick, he would run instantly. And so it really did make you feel like really slick and quick. But, like, 4, for some reason, added realistic physics. So if you fell from too high of a height, Sly would go, like, ugh, and then, like, wait for his knees to buckle, and then he would have to, like, turn around 180 degrees and run the other way. So it just felt bad.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And that's not getting into the story or whatever. We can talk about that another time. But it's just like, my point is that Sly 4 was bad in every conceivable way, not just in how the story was bad.
As rogues, we all look up to the famous Sly Cooper.
We do.
I never played it.
Well, we'll have to change that. But yeah. So my point in just bringing it up is, again, like, Pirates of the Caribbean 4 falls into that same thing where it's like, yes, we allude to, like, the Fountain of Youth at the end of the 3rd movie, and then unfortunately the 4th movie is all about just, like, the illusion, you know, that we set up. Which, by the way, another thing too, I really do love that ending where you know, again, they're on the ship and the crew comes up to Barbossa and they're like, we really feel bad about leaving Jack behind because we like him better this time.
Yeah.
And then Barbossa pulls out the charts and it's fucking missing in the middle.
It's missing in the middle, and he's like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, Jack was one step ahead again, and he had the fucking...
Which goes to show that it's like, he just doesn't... like, he's learned. Like, although he ends up in the same place that he was at the beginning...
He's still got one over on Barbossa.
Yeah, like he learned from his journey. Yeah, so it's like, oh, I'm not going to trust you with that shit anymore. I've already got it on me because I figured you'd pull something like this.
Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, so that was I love that reveal. I thought that was really fun. And like you said, it shows character growth. Mm-hmm. He learned not to trust anybody. He was truly on that Sigma Rogue grind set. Real quick, I do want to get into some of my dislikes about the movie. I thought we went way too hard with his, like, internal monologue visions.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Those dragged on.
The first one, where he's in Davy Jones' locker...
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine, because we don't know the exact amount of time he's been there, so it's fine that he went crazy and that's what he's imagining. But, like, there were 2 more sequences like that.
Yeah, there was one on the ship where he was talking to...
the 2 behind his dreads,
Yeah, the 2 behind his dreads.
And then one when he was in the fucking Flying Dutchman, to the point where even after he left the cell, we still see what the visions inside of his mind are talking about.
But that's meant for us, the audience, to haha funny.
Yeah, well, it wasn't.
Because he dropped his brain.
Yeah.
Disney dropped their brain.
Yeah. Nobody moved. I dropped my brain. I guess, yeah, while we're on that subject, what was your guys' like least favorite thing about this movie?
For me, I think it's like the other pirates just not doing shit. Like, I would have loved to see all the other pirates fighting and as part of the fleet. That would have been really cool.
You felt like the world, like the expansion of the world was more of an illusion.
Yes.
Like oh, we have this whole army of pirates, but we're still just down to like the Black Pearl and everybody on it.
Yeah,
and all the characters we
like, are they down or not?
I gotta say, for me, it's probably this one, out of the trilogy at least, has the worst tonal shifts that we talked about that all the way back in 1. Yeah, because like that's why I said like 1 doesn't bother me. Like that, like to me, that's a fine movie. I still gave that one a 10 out of 10. Like this one, it's like it jumps real heavy. Like it starts off with somebody getting hung. And then, like...
Oh, yeah, that's true. The lows are lower and the highs are higher.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The highs are higher.
There are scenes that are, like, way just, like, goofier and, like, obviously meant like that. Like, oh, I dropped my brain, or... Davy Jones doing the whole fucking squid scream thing. Like,
that's true. No, that's
there's,
true.
Like, way wackier scenes.
It
and then
starts
it's got,
super
like,
dark, and it gets, like, more goofy.
Yeah, so it, like, switches back and forth like that a lot. And, and then like that mixed with like the convoluted plot kind of throw this one off a lot for me. Like I think those were like the major downfalls in my opinion.
Oh, the fucking Indian pirate lord, like to reveal they had like
I remember you hated that even as
I
you were watching
hated that.
Yeah.
And so, who is your good lord?
Like it was already cool that you had like a guy speak for you because like you had a level of prestige that was like above the other pirates.
No, it turns out he was just insecure about his high-pitched squeaky voice.
Stupid bullshit.
Yeah, and so
74.
What was your okay? We've done this for every other movie. What was each of your guys' favorite scene?
Favorite scene.
While you think, I will say mine. The final battle. I do really love like when the Black Pearl and the Flying Dutchman are like in that maelstrom. I really love that whole sequence. I felt it. You know.
That is a really good sequence. Even from like start to finish is pretty good because I like it. Like the whole like, oh, you afraid to get wet kind of thing. As he like turns the ship into
yeah.
And then he like uses his tentacles to like fucking peel inside the guy's head to kill him.
Yeah.
And then like take the key off of him. But and then like ending with like Beckett getting fucking demolished by the two ships. So
yeah, Beckett getting demolished by the two ships is iconic. Even just William and the girl getting married during the battle.
Oh yeah, when they had their like impromptu wedding, when they had Barbossa officiate their marriage. That was a fun sequence. I like how he initially.
I also like the battle in the Singapore. Pirate King's place.
Oh,
his like bathhouse.
The Asian one, yeah. That was a cool sequence.
I like that. That was cool.
Yeah,
I think the hanging sequence. I kind of like unironically.
I watched that Hank Child and I loved it.
Yeah. Yes. No. But I think like unironically, I like it. That is certainly like setting the mood for the movie. Although it jumps around all over the place sometimes, like going into this movie, and that's how you open it. Like it's a very strong scene and ends very darkly. I think that's my best scene in that movie. I think it's very iconic.
I really like. I know I already said my favorite, but I do really like the scene where they flip the ship upside down.
That is fun,
and that's how they get back to the real world.
Yeah.
And then that whole sequence that takes place afterwards, where they all pull guns on each other. Yeah, they do like a little Mexican standoff, and then like have like a back and forth as to like.
It doesn't matter
moving the guns and shit.
It doesn't matter because all their guns are fucking.
Yeah, and then the final reveal.
They all have wet powder.
Yeah, that was good. I liked all that. Yeah, so I guess what would you guys each rate this movie? What would you guys each give it out of 10?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I think I gave Dead Man's Chest 8 out of 10, didn't we?
You did. Yeah, you both. So both of you feel that this movie is equivalent to the second because you said 9 for the first and 8 for the second. You said 10 for the first and 8 for the second. I said 9 for the first and 8 for the second as well.
All right. For the third, I would give maybe a 7.
7? I would say 6 for this.
Oh,
for
wow.
this movie.
That's surprising.
I would be persuaded for a 6.
Yeah, for me, no. I'm like, because here's the thing: is it's like I'm not saying that this is a bad movie by any regards. Like, because 5 is still average, but to me, it is like the first severe dip because it's like the first movie is almost perfect. The second one is just a little bit less good. And then the third one is like, wow, this is still good, but it's like nowhere near as good as the first two movies.
Yeah, you know what?
You think it's that impression that led people to believe it was a garbage movie?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
You know what? I think that's completely valid. I'm gonna give it a 6 too because 7 feels a little too high for it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm honestly surprised you liked it as much as you did. I'm glad.
It's my first time viewing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you liked it, but I'm just saying, I'm surprised you liked it as much as you did.
Yeah.
It had some good elements, stuff I did not like, but overall it was an entertaining movie. That I don't like. That's all I ask for is be entertaining.
Is that I'm not bored?
Yeah, do not bore me. If I'm bored in a movie, it's a fucking 0.
Movies come in 1 and 2 varieties: good and bad.
That's how I felt about like Transformers 3.
Yeah,
like that shit was a fucking 0. I was in the theater and I was bored. I was ready to walk out.
I remember when those movies were coming out. when the second one was coming out, I was begging my mom to let me go watch that.
Bro, I saw it.
I was like, it was coming out around my birthday too.
I saw it when we were on my family vacation in Florida. We went and saw the second movie. It was awesome.
Or no, I think it was like just before my birthday, and it was like. So it was in like dollar theaters on my birthday. I went to go watch it.
Nice.
Because I was like big. I'm like, no, I really want to see it. At the time, I loved Transformers, dude. That was like my shit.
Transformers is awesome.
I know. I'm sorry. This is super off topic. But I'm gonna get on
It's
this
okay.
real
It's your
quick.
Sly Cooper. Go on.
Yeah. So my thing when I was a kid, my two favorite like toys to play with were Legos and Transformers, and I would get like a Transformer from the store and instantly throw out the pamphlet because that was like a Rubik's cube to me. I liked figuring them out.
That's fun. I also like Transformers and Legos as a kid.
I had to pick one. It was either Legos or Transformers, and I chose Legos.
Legos are. But I was just gonna say I was never big into the Michael Bay Transformers. Never.
Oh, yeah.
I don't blame you.
I remember as a kid I liked the first two a lot, and then as soon as I got to the third one, I'm like, I'm done.
I'm the same way. After that third movie, I was like, thank God this is over.
Yeah. Like looking back now, I'm like, those movies aren't even that good. Like the first two that I liked.
But it was big at the time.
Yeah, but at the time, like when I did like Transformers, and it was just cool action.
Like Devastator in the second movie was amazing for the time.
Mm-hmm. Like apparently they called it that because it would
break computers.
Yeah, trying to.
There were not many computers that could run that CGI.
Super racist though. There's some super racist movies.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it had a lot of stereotypes.
Yeah.
But I didn't care.
But I didn't care.
I still don't.
That was movies at the time. Yeah, it was fun. But no, it's just like I know like a lot of people pointed that shit out, and it's like, oh yeah, it's kind of funny.
I'm just gonna get off the subject.
No, you must confront it.
You must confront it. But I was just gonna say with Pirates 3, going back to Pirates 3 again. Yeah, I just like again going back to what Mikey was saying about like it's the first movie with what I feel is a very severe dip in quality, which I think audiences at the time thought or felt. This one sucks. This is a bad movie. But it's just like, no, it's not a bad movie. It's a little bit, like you said, it's a little bit more goofy and darker.
Like I said, it's got high highs and low lows when it comes to the tone.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like the highs are definitely... And also I will say, I do think that it is like, if you were to look at these movies, again, as a full trilogy, like...
Oh, it's solid.
Oh, well, not as a... Yes, it is solid, but also it's just like... It is a wacky ending for most of the main cast. Like, Will Turner, who is just a blacksmith who, like, goes on a journey of self-discovery through love and becomes a pirate, becomes the immortal undead captain of the most powerful ship on the seven seas, and he's now tasked with...
But he had his dad. His dad was always cursed. He was looking for his dad.
Yeah, it's tangentially related. And then Elizabeth Swann, the young, doe-eyed girl who yearned for love and adventure on the seven seas, becomes literally Monkey D. Luffy.
and only gets to see her boyfriend once, or her husband once every 10 years.
Yeah, you know, she becomes Monkey D. Luffy. But no. So yeah, it is kind of like a wild ending for two of our three main characters. And I mean, even on a secondary cast level, like Barbossa coming back to life. He was our main villain in the first movie. He comes back in the second, and he's just kind of back to where he was in the third. And then Tia Dalma again, like went from being a voodoo witch person to being the literal goddess of the sea. It is just kind of like, I'm not gonna say it's a jump the shark moment because there were seeds planted for each of these outcomes.
Yeah, I would say,
but it is wild where everybody ended.
Yeah, no, I remember as a kid, I was kind of surprised by a lot of that. I did like, if I'm remembering correctly, because I think in the second movie they do drop a scene like very quickly of Tia Dalma having like that heart locket thing as well.
Maybe in two. I remember they did emphasize it a lot in the third.
Well, I know they do in
I
the
do
third
not
one,
remember.
but I'm trying to remember if they showed her with it like real quick.
Regardless, I mean, I would say it's still a big jump because, like, sure, whatever, like, maybe she's just his lover, whatever, but then that is a big jump to she is Calypso, goddess of the seven seas, because that wasn't stated until the third movie that was who Davy Jones cut his heart out for.
Yeah.
So, it's, again, it's like, again, I'm not saying it's bad, but, like, and I'm not even saying that there aren't plot threads for each of these things, but it is just a wild place for most of our core cast to end up in every situation. Like again, like, Jack is probably the least wacky, which is crazy because he's the most wacky character.
Consistently.
Yeah.
Keeps consistency.
Yeah. And so yeah, just again, I feel like this movie is definitely the weakest of the trilogy, but still not bad.
Yeah. We haven't gotten to bad yet.
No, and we will. Oh, we will. You best start believing in ghost stories.
You're in one.
You're in
You
one.
best start believing in podcasts, viewer.
You're in one.
You're in one.
I don't know if we'll get straight into those, just because I feel like we have talked about pirates a decent amount.
Yeah.
Because, like, at time of recording, this will have been the third pirate-themed episode in a row to have come out. So
Is it the third?
it is, because it's gonna be when we talk about Pirates of the Caribbean, the Pirate Festival, and then this one. So yeah, that's gonna be 3 pirate episodes in a row.
Wait, are you doing one on the Pirate Festival?
I did, yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a half episode.
Gotcha.
I still figured it would be a good one.
Yeah.
But so, yeah. So, I feel we'll take a break from pirates for right now, and we'll move on to maybe a different subject. Or maybe we'll just do pirates again. Who knows?
We're gonna do Romans.
I'd be down. Hell yeah. Gladiator?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Amazing
Sparta?
movie.
Oh, dude, Gladiator.
You said pull on your Sparta. For some reason, because you were talking over each other for a second, I thought you said put on Spider-Man. Welcome to the corner of the tavern. Today we're talking about Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. I'm not saying that.
I'd be down.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm just saying it's funny in the context of,
Tobey
like,
Maguire.
Romans? Put on Spider-Man.
Tobey Maguire is the GOAT.
Yeah.
But
That's my Spider-Man.
that's why. Do you guys have anything else you want to say about Pirates of the Caribbean 3?
Arg.
Well said.
We finally got confirmation that Will is not a eunuch.
Oh yeah, because he fucks in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot how sensual their goodbye was. We skipped right over the sex.
I remember that very clearly because that was something that popped out to me when I like watched it for the first time, because I was a kid, kind of like starting to understand those kinds of things, and I remember like watching it over at a friend's house, and I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, wow, it's a little hot and heavy for the end of a movie. And I was like, I don't know if I should let my younger brothers watch this at the time. And
yeah, they don't just kiss. He takes the boots centrally off her and he like licks all the way up to his
like
crotch.
yeah, I'm like, oh dang. And I was like talking to like my friend's mom was gonna let us like borrow the movie, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if my brother should watch it. And she's like, oh, is it for that scene where Davy Jones like kills the guy by putting like the tentacles? And I'm like, yeah, sure, that was it.
Yeah, sure, that was.
Yeah, where Davy Jones hentais a man to death.
I'm like, yeah, I think that might scare him or something.
Yeah, as a kid, I didn't think it was that bad, but again, it's just to me, it's just like it goes back to what you were saying about how the tonal whiplash is higher, and that just even goes for like again the sexual stuff too. The sexual stuff is higher, the goofier stuff is higher, the dark stuff is darker than ever before. But I still maintain it is a good movie, regardless of whether or not it's the weakest of the trilogy. I still would be confused if people were like, that movie was shit. That movie was shit if I was like an adult back then.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, really? You thought it was shit?
Yeah, no, I think 6 fair. 6 is fair. So what are our final scores personally? Like, what do we have tallied up for the trilogy?
For the okay,
So the whole trilogy.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
Let's see.
If we're rating the whole trilogy out of 10,
I had a 24. I think you had a 23.
oh, I thought you meant let's now give it out of 10 as a whole package.
Oh no, I was adding up lit.
Oh, you're adding up our scores individually for each movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no, out of 10, you said.
Yeah. I think that's interesting. Like, if we were to
yes.
if we instead of looking at it as 3 separate movies, like as a total package, as a total trilogy, how would we rate this out of 10?
8.
I would agree. 8 as well.
8,
yeah.
8 out of 10 trilogy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it's phenomenal as a trilogy. To me, does it fumble a little bit at the finish line? Yes, but that doesn't negate literally everything.
The whole thing's good.
That came up before that.
It's an enjoyable watch.
Yeah, I loved every movie in it, and I love all the characters. And that's another thing too. None of the characters really get as weird as their endings wind up. They don't get flanderized or become ridiculous. That happens in 4 with Jack.
Yeah.
But the characters, they're still consistent.
Yeah.
You know, it's not
the world and events get goofier around them, but the characters feel like you said, consistent. So.
Exactly. But is that all we have to say?
I have nothing else.
I really like the shanty.
The shanty is good.
Shanty's good.
Well, all right, guys. That's all we have to say about the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy. Just wait until we hit 4. We'll have plenty to say when 4 hits. And then 5? I've never even seen 5. I look forward to it.
They're going to be separate episodes, or are we going to do a back-to-back like we did with the first 2?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we hit... It just depends on when we watch them.
Yeah.
But, all right, guys. We hope to see you next week here in the corner of the tavern. Oh, you were on at that time.